we can see more of this silly world. The world, it isn't bad, as long as you think happy thoughts and not be sad, and hope for the best every day. See your importance.
Get ready to go, Fujo! This area right here is called American Legend. American Legend is actually a brand new neighborhood. Home Site 4, Toll Brothers is behind some of it. That road ahead of me right here is basically Sir Kelly. But there a lot of flags at half-mast there. I just passed kind of the main entrance. You can kind of see some of them over here. A couple of them there, and then one there. But it looks like pretty much a brand new complex, and they're just still kind of developing right here off of Castle Hills, which is not too far, or pretty much between Carrollton and not too far from Louisville, but I would say closer to probably Carrollton. You can see that they're still building right around here. I'm on Dragon Banner crossing, going towards Carlisle. Right here, the road that I'm actually at, that's a house being constructed right here. The road that I'm on is actually Dame Cara, and I'm turning to the left right up here. It's brand new. Just brand new. They just constructed this whole neighborhood in the Castle Hills area in Carrollton, Texas. You can see right here a brand new house off of Carlisle. It says sold on it, so it's saying sold right here, Home Site 15, Toll Brothers. But basically you're seeing brand new structures all in here in the Castle Hill area, very close to Carrollton, Texas, very close to that area, Castle Hill. Pretty nice. They're going to be in more construction over here further down. If you keep going right here, there's a street called Lady, I guess it's Lady Betty. If anyone else knows, leave a comment. But they're on the other side too. There's more construction off of Carlisle there in the Castle Hills. And then there's Lady Tasala. And not too far from Somerset and Castle Hills and the Carrollton area, I guess, you're seeing quite a bit. This is Lady Tasala right here. That's all going to be new neighborhood right there. And that will be some stuff here by the pot of gold right there. And what's very interesting is a lot of these neighborhoods are clearly numbered for delivery. So these new neighborhoods are aware of having a clear number on each house, so that basically delivery will go much smoother. I'm noticing this. Oh, there's a nice birds right over that way. Hitchcock would be proud. I've noticed this basically, that this is probably going to be a new trend of making sure the number on the house is very clear, and that's for different delivery because, okay, we're almost there. So basically right here, this is a really nice area. You can see kind of over, off of Somerset. Very, very nice. They've got a lot of construction going on right over here, which is, the Castle Hills, Carrollton area in Texas. Castle Hills was the name of the actual area, or is the name of the area. And you can see there's a lot of construction. A whole lot. We're talking a whole lot of construction going on basically in this area right here. So we're crossing an area right here where there are many carpenters, very busy throughout the day, all in this area right here. This too on the other side of Lady Tesla in the Castle Hills area. You're seeing this a lot of construction here, and then we have even some restaurants are actually in this area, which is headed kind of if you're going towards the Colony area, and I believe this is probably pretty much the Colony area. The other area back that way is actually Carrollton, but not too far. But I guess we're on the edge of the Colony right here. And you're seeing a few ducks, not a whole lot, but there are a few. I'll roll it down. So we've got a duck pond outside this Colony area right here. We're seeing a few of them. How you doing, ducks? How you doing? So they're kind of hanging out right through that way, right over here. So this is actually kind of a famous thing right here. It's from St. Anne. It's like a Jesus on a bench. Laying there, you can see holes in the stigmata and everything like that. And that's St. Anne's right here. Kind of see. Kind of an overview of the actual church, which is in Capel. Very pretty. Use Waze, now use Waze. Waze. Okay, so you gotta be careful up here. There's two, there's Park Timbers and there's Vines. Waze led me into Park Timbers, which is right here. I did do a photo on the previous one of these three right here. American flag, Texas flag, and that's Hallmark. I believe somewhere connected to these is something called Vines. Yep, I see. It's right there. It's interesting, this Foo One restaurant, because for some reason you have to go like a few hundred yards from this restaurant to identify where it is on the app. So what happens is you go way over here, you turn this way, you go about, I don't know, 100 or 200 yards where this budget suite is. And that's where it actually reads on the map, on the app that I use for Food for Friends. So basically you have to go all the way down this way, mark it as arrive, then you have to come back around here and head back to where the restaurant's supposed to be, which is over here. So it's kind of like not on the map kind of thing. So when you find it, you finally got to figure out, oh, okay. But even though it's here, it's 100 yards away. It's not in the right spot. Some people call the restaurant Foo One, but I heard that it's actually pronounced Faux One because there's also a Faux Empire. And then some people call it Foo, Foo Empire. But this one's actually Faux One. Every once in a while you have to kind of be weary on these. You want to get off the path here. Also, this is another example of being weary too. Kind of want to jump over that right there. kind of a complex one. And anyway, to one place, you gotta go to another, figure it out. Kind of an interesting place here. Anyway, a go. Look how it go. Like a arrow from a charter's boat. Yeah, that's it. Those are called the Windsor. I go, look how I go, like an arrow from a charter's boat. Actually, a charter's boat. That Whataburger right there gets really busy. Right off of 121 right there and Southwest Parkway. A really busy Whataburger right there. New Mexico's changed their plates to a green and red chili. You know, one shot and then basically just leaving that there and then going on to another one. Time for some CarPlay. There we go, that's better. Pretty funny. He thought Silence of the Lambs was a kid's story. You got this right here, which goes into this, and then you can just report different things, like different hazards, like map issues, you know. You got these things that are basically like reporting, like a general map error. You can deal with that. You got to do something with it. And this one basically will pull up different types of things that crash, traffic. I guess kind of like a speed trap kind of thing. If you see one, things like that. Then you go back here, and it's basically that kind of thing. It's basically kind of what it's looked like when it's. You can leave it up when it's, you know, you're free floating or whatever. Just kind of, it'll, you know, get reports, things like that. Find a red stapler kind of thing. So we've got this and that. It's basically like a T and this thing. They're both kind of, one for Dracula and one for Hannibal Lecter. Both. Supposedly in this interview, they say that Anthony Hopkins only had an impression of 21 minutes during Silence of the Lambs. That, I don't know if that's true. You can do the research, the Columbo-style research skills, and figure that out. But supposedly it was just 21 minutes, and he won an Oscar for that. The reporter on Hollywood Reporter said, you know, you're only in the movie for 21 minutes in Silence of the Lambs, but it felt like you're there the entire film. How I feel is Anthony Hopkins was only in Silence of the Lambs for 21 minutes, but he feels like he's right next to you at this moment. That's how powerful it is. So Silence of the Lambs actually broke all the records at the Oscar for the most wins that year. We're talking Best Actor with Anthony Hopkins, Best Actress with Jodie Foster, Best Direction, Best Film. Some feel that Silence of the Lambs is basically the best film ever made, and some people feel, well, that it's the best horror film ever made of all times, and possibly the best of all time. Anthony Hopkins supposedly was quoted like about Shakespeare's, he'd rather be in Malibu rather than, you know, doing Shakespeare. But I personally love Shakespeare. The thing is it has to be memorized like the back of your hand, or there's no way you can possibly do it at all. Brando actually did tackle it pretty well. Not too bad. But these guys, like Anthony Hopkins and, you know, Gary Oldman, stuff like that, they're trained, man. Waze, please. Hang on. I'm close enough. Golly. They're trained very much to be verbatim. And this interview alone, he's talking about memorization and the importance of that. And I feel, you know, even, you know, having experience at the Actors Studio, that is also a true thing about verbatim being, you know, sticking to the script and things like that as much as you can, even though James Dean supposedly kind of broke a lot of those rules. And Brando just kind of threw it all out the window when it came to the script towards the end. There goes Waze again. But what I'm trying to... Basically, what I'm trying to say is that he's very, very aware of the script, very aware of being verbatim and off book. It's a very important aspect of everything, and a very professional thing, too. All right. Here. Now, the type of drivers that are out there today, no time at all, right? No seconds, no milliseconds. Cool motorcycle, by the way. That you hurry up, I'm flashing my lights, honking my horns, no time at all. All right? That's basically, we do have movement. We have information. Back to movement. Okay. Let's see where we go. Okay. Looks like there is some movement. Some movement. Going here. Getting the movement. Showing the movement here. Movement here. Movement here. And we're basically right here. We still have movement here. Okay. So it is showing movement. Good. Oh, deer crossing. It's Mercedes behind me, you can barely see it. What Anthony Hopkins is talking about is route memory, and it's second nature memorization. Basically, it's basically knowing the lines so well it's second nature. So it becomes second nature. You know it becomes part of you, and you're just going over and 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 over, until how allocations do inform against me and spur my dull revenge. What is the man of his chief good to market of his time, but to sleep and feed a beast no more? Sure, he that made us with such large discourse, looking before and after, and it's just there. That's exactly what he's talking about memorization and route. Really see it, but that's actually the escape room. The light just changed from pink into purple, and it goes back to pink, or I don't know what that's called, back to red. Let's sit there and change. It's the escape room. To a railroad crossing. It's coming up right here. Going into Louisville. Actually in Louisville right now, but I like this little, you got your arrival time, the real time, arrival time. You got 4 minutes, you got 1.7, and you can kind of go in between. You can make a phone call. A lot of it's voice command, so you can do a lot of voice command things, everything. Another aspect about Hopkins, and even Meisner, the teacher, Meisner, even, I don't know if they work together, but I know that he observed the actor's studio. But one thing about Hopkins is they said, you know, you got to have fun or get out. I remember hearing Meisner say something similar, that it's okay to have fun. So it's like, have fun or get out is kind of his thing. I still think those catfish are pretty cool right there. And they're textured too. They're like right on the side. And you've got another whole thing of catfish over here. It looks like a whale, but it is a catfish. It's a huge catfish. There are some catfishes in Texas that actually are as big as sharks and some as small whales. And it's in a place called Eagle. You know, maybe Eagle Point. Leave a comment. But it's somewhere in Texas. There's some real big catfish. Eagle something. It's a lake. You know it, yeah. Eagle. Anyway, you know the name, but it's in basically a certain area not too far from Fort Worth, and there are some big catfish. The big catfish are located at Eagle Mountain Lake. Gotcha. Eagle Mountain Lake. So once again, they did not provide a cup holder, which, you know, kind of provides a little bit of balance in the aspect of everything. If you're trying to find out what it is, it's called Velvet Shakes, but it's actually really smash burger. I just changed the name on that. I don't know if everyone knows about that. Leave a comment. I haven't got to see Anthony Hopkins in The Father, which is about a older gentleman. I guess he's a father that's battling dementia. But I do kind of want to see it, and I am predicting that that's probably going to be, just from the sound of it, that will be his second Oscar. I could be wrong. This prediction is going to go in one of them, but I'm thinking that probably, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I didn't predict that the two popes would win. I didn't think that was going to do it, but I think this one he has it. Content alone, probably, and because of the level of genius, I think he probably is going to get that second Oscar for The Father. So a lot of award chatter, and I'm probably going to say that Anthony Hopkins has that one in the bag. Now, I could be wrong. If anyone wants to disagree with me, you can leave the comment. There's a comment section. Leave it. But I'm saying that probably is going to be his second win. And I heard an interview today on The Hollywood Reporter, and it was a very good interview about his career, and it just seems like it fits. It's neat coming into some of these apartments and seeing like people kind of prepping for the evening. And anyway, if you don't know about my channel, please subscribe. If you hit the notifying bell, you'll get information about when I post quicker. And also, don't forget to give a big thumbs up. That lets me know you care. Have a good night. Maybe 3 times slower than a lot of, but yet longevity is there, so ultimately it's probably the same. Okay, so we got some of it right here. Basically, when you're dealing with genius, you're going to be basically saying that Apple is the genius, right? But when it comes to quick access, very, very, very quick speed of getting something, whether the quality's there, then you're probably going to go maybe, I'd say maybe with Samsung. But when it comes to beauty, genius, high quality, better results, it's going to end with Apple. So Apple is probably the leader when it comes to, you know, the camera. Just the quick access is a little sketchy, but yet it's there. It could just be a matter of practice. And the lightness and, you know, things like this. When I mean lightness, I mean like how light. But that's, you know, basically saying that probably I would go with Apple, you know, if I could choose. When we're dealing with CarPlay, Apple CarPlay, as opposed to Android, it's going to be Apple. You're dealing with minimizing, like you've got different, almost like Windows kind of screens that you can go to. You know, this is just, you know, absolutely positively amazing. True Detective kind of style thing. Ultimately, you know, I would say that Apple's the winner. Samsung's not bad. But I would say Apple's the winner. Apple. A lot of talk about Anthony Hopkins going on all over this thing right here, which is Apple. And basically, Hollywood Reporter, and they're predicting all this stuff, and kind of a mystical thing, some weird things kind of went on as I was kind of talking a little bit. Anthony Hopkins' force, you know, of nature, just the psychology that he basically has put into people's minds is completely and utterly, it's just, you know, it's like a fountain pouring of spiritual connection, kind of psyche, you know. It's just amazing how Anthony Hopkins has an effect on people. Even talking about him is kind of changes your perspective on everything. But, you know, he'll probably get the Oscar. Change right here that I turned on Canterbury. Strange Canterbury thing. Two seconds went by and that thing switched. It's still in Canterbury right here. It's Canterbury. They're kind of creepy houses. For some reason, I don't know why I think of Beetlejuice right now. Just something about it. I think I come back on my Samsung and talked about these houses. I don't know what it is. They all look, shut up. They look haunted. I was talking to Waze, but they look kind of like they're haunted or something weird about them. You know, it's a weird kind of houses, you know. Yeah, I know it's a little zoomy, but, you know, the thing is it just seems like pretty cool. Does that all look haunted? Like, maybe like they're haunted or something? Maybe it's my imagination. I like this, it's like an entry point right here. It's almost like you could hang out there if you lived in the neighborhood. You know, like, I don't know. But that's what it looks like. There, that's just like the very front part of their neighborhood. Right there. It's pretty interesting. They're kind of right by the highway. That's still cool though. So it's going to be interesting seeing what they do for the Oscars this year. I'm kind of thinking, you know, it's just interesting. It's just going to be like, what are they going to do? But I'm thinking probably there'll be a lot of broadcasts from different rooms or different people's homes. It'll be very interesting to see. There'll probably be a lot of split screen, things like that. It's going to be kind of a new revolution in technology, probably, is in media, It's probably what we're going to end up seeing when they broadcast the next Academy Awards. So this is probably going to be an interesting one. And anyway, good night. Have a good night. All right, heading to my next assignment for Food for Friends. I'd be Chili's right here. Just got from P.F. Chang's. This is half of Uncle Julio's sign. Fine Mexican food. There's Chili's, Uncle Julio's. Then right over here is La Madeleine, where you can go to the bathroom and learn how to count to 10 in French. Parlez-vous français? Oui, oui, monsieur. And that's La Madeleine where the flag is right there. You actually go to the bathroom there and learn how to count to 10 in Francois, in French. There's P.F. Chang somewhere over there.